Hey everyone, how y'all doing? I'm Jay. How you all doing? Welcome to the welcome to the OnoTech channel. This is the OnoTech channel where we do videos about different tech related things that I'm kind of interested in, right? Or things that impact my life that I thought I wanted to share with you. And this is something that I think we're going to start doing on a somewhat regular basis because I've been involved in my YouTube journey now really since the end of 2019. So I started intentionally making videos for the channel in December of 2019 with our first video from Saudi Arabia, which was about fried chicken there, and came out with that. And that was on our main channel. I run a main channel called the Ono Coffee channel, which is actually here, this channel here. If you look that up, there's also a link in the description. That's my main channel. This is one of my secondary channels that I'm just doing videos on this channel that are really not geared for the main channel, right? So the main channel is really about coffee and everything related to coffee, whereas tech doesn't necessarily fit into coffee because I'll do videos about the cameras that we use, maybe the computer, the bags, that we're using to make the videos. So stuff that doesn't quite fit there, I'll put on other places like this. But this is something that I think that is a challenge for YouTubers in general, especially when you're starting. I've been now doing this for nearly 4 years. And, compared to a lot of YouTubers out there, the channel has grown, but it's been growing very slowly, right? It's not explosive growth. It's not tremendous growth. It's just slow, steady, continuous growth. And I think that it's something that we should talk about and share so that we can learn. And this is really geared towards other smaller creators that are just trying to get started, and a way for us to discuss different aspects of the YouTubing process so that hopefully we can learn. And so one of the things that I've always struggled with was understanding the algorithm, as well as things like CPM, counts cash per million, or AVD, average view duration, CPM. I mean, that's the way it said CPM, but things like that. And so what I want to do was now that we're getting more into it, and I'm getting a better understanding of, or at least some semblance of how to understand what I'm looking at. I thought I'd share with you how the channel's doing and, my thoughts, as well as, moving forward. So let's get into it. We're going to go. Let me pull up my channel dashboard here. So I'm going to share with you all of the data that I see as a creator on my channel. If you're looking for Mr. Beast level insight, I'm not going to be that guy. I've got little tiny beast, little teeny tiny microscopic beast. All right, so let's have a look here. All right, so this is the main dashboard for the channel. As of this video, it's now November 1st. We have 1,544 subscribers, and that's grown plus 41 in the last 28 days, which on my channel is actually quite a solid performance, right? A lot of times within 28 days, we'll get somewhere between 20 to 30, in the upper 20s to mid 30s as far as subscriber added to the channel. 41 is pretty good. I think the best we've ever done is 46. And I'm finding that we get more subscribers during periods where we're doing more regular releases, meaning that really daily releases. So there was a time after every year there's a conference called the Specialty Coffee Association Expo that happens every April. And after that, I was able to release videos for like 3 weeks, one video per day about some kind of piece of gear that we saw at the show. They were relatively easy to put together. And I was really motivated, so I was able to focus and really concentrate and pump them out. And for those, we were getting about 40, it ended up pushing up to about 45, 46, or maybe just 43 subscribers in 28-day period. So that's, for this channel, very solid. And that dropped over the summer when I was away, because after that, in May, June, I was traveling through Asia for work, as well as, to shoot more stuff for the channel. And then back in August, I decided that let's start. So during that period I was away, we were able to keep 2 releases about once a week. And we dropped down to like the upper 20s, mid 30s again for subscribers. Then in August, I thought, let's bring. I have this show that I would do, this live stream on the main channel called Coffee Q&A, and that's about understanding coffee better. And I thought, let me go and let's do that more regularly, because that was something I would just do kind of off the cuff, off the whim, and no real planning, just kind of shoot it out there every once in a while. Probably did about 25 or 30 episodes of that in that manner. And then finally I just thought, let's do it on a regular basis. I'm not going to be traveling as much over the next few months, so let's focus. Let's do one day. Let's do weekdays, one episode per day, and make it a daily thing. So daily at 10 a.m., weekdays, 10 a.m. Eastern, we come out with the Coffee Q&A. And that's been something that's been going on. And we're getting, more and more people are watching. As you can see here on today's live stream this morning, we had concurrent views during the stream, 5. Now, typically that's a little bit on the lower side. Sometimes there's like 7 or 8. This actually changes and I'll show you what I mean by that as we get into it. But doing those daily live streams has really kind of helped increase the visibility of the channel as well as increasing subscribers. So I've noticed that we're now in the upper 30s, lower 40s for our subscriber count in the last 20 days. So that's very positive. Now, a lot of other channels are getting tremendous amount, they're getting hundreds of subscribers a day. We don't see that. I don't know if that's normal for coffee channels. I really should reach out to Hoon or maybe even to James about it, because they're the bigger players in this arena. Now there are other viewers or other YouTuber creators that are doing, their focus is very different. Like our focus here on this channel really is about coffee on a different level. Most of the creators that are on YouTube making coffee content really are about reviews of gear and technique. And I've been in the business now over 20 years. So I've got plenty of experience in the field, in the saddle, behind the bar, doing the deal. And I've made some videos about technique and equipment, but honestly, I don't find very much enjoyment in that. Like, for me, it's a chore. Like, it's like, there are people that are much better suited to making videos about gear reviews and testing them in different ways to find whatever conclusions they can. I'm a lot more practical in my brewing, in that I'm not that technically oriented. Like, I don't want to be like, hey, you need to look at these parameters. I'm not. So for me, a lot of those videos to make a lot of those videos would be really kind of painful, and I don't want this to be a painful. I want this to be an enjoyable thing. So I'm really sharing. My interest is really in sharing relationships with people that I know in the industry, or places that we're going in the industry, so that people can see a wider range of coffee. In some ways, maybe coffee tourism, which is where a lot of the videos have been focusing, especially since for the Asia trip, which has really been about visiting farms, visiting roasteries, visiting coffee shops, and getting a wider spread of things like that. All right, let's go back to our stats here. So let's look here. Our summary for the last 28 days were 6,800 views, which is about average. This check mark means that's about average. So that's okay. Watch time is 439.4 hours, which is up a bit. Estimated revenue, which is what everybody wants to know, is $14 for 28 days. Now, not the greatest, I'm not making any, I'm not retiring off of this. So, that's, so let's have a look at our analytics here for the channel. So the last 28 days over October, we're 6,800 views, like we said. About the same as usual. Watch time, we're having 9.5 more hours than normal, which is good. We're getting a little bit more views. That's great. A little more watch time. The more watch time and the views goes to more of your revenue, which is helpful. 41 subscribers, about the same as usual. Oh, really? Okay. And then estimated revenue is $14. So, definitely not the greatest. But let's look here also the overall top content in this period. This is something that we really should be paying attention to. If you're a creator, I think this really will help guide you. If you look here, what are the top videos? And now, well, actually, let's go back here. Let's go look at our content. Let's look at our content in general. This is the content that we're producing. These are all of the videos that we're producing for regular release. So these are all about, like this one that comes out on Friday is a walking tour. So I'm playing a little bit with these walking tour videos since I was walking around, made a video walking from place to place. I see that some people enjoy that. So we'll figure we're going to release that this coming week on the 3rd, on Friday. But really, we're talking about visiting, like this place, visiting the coffee shop Galant in Tokyo. Here, we're visiting Ministry of Roasters in Bangkok, Because Coffee in Manila, and then back to Cafe Bach in Tokyo. So we're doing a lot of these videos where we're visiting places and trying to, trying different coffees. And, honestly, let's look now back at our analytics and our content, or this, here it is, top content in this period. And we're going to see here that, why is that thing still showing? Okay, there we go. Number one video for the last 28 days is this one, the AeroPress Clear with Flow Control, with 1,141 views. Okay, an average view duration of almost 50%. So that's a very solid. The next one, 311. So there's a big gap between these two. How to descale the Gajah Anima. The Sinesso ES1 release is the next one. Akaya Lunar Mode. So our first top 5 videos are really about gear. And so what does that tell you? So if you're a smart creator, and I don't know if I'm necessarily that smart, I'm fighting against this, but if you're the smart creator, this tells you that this is the kind of content that your audience wants to watch or that enjoys watching. So obviously, AeroPress is a big thing. Actually, AeroPress, this video, the AeroPress Clear with Flow Control, overall, I think is probably one of the most watched videos on the channel in the new era. Now, when I say the new era, I do want to note that there's number 7 here is the Momoland fan meeting. This is a video that I shot in July of 2019, way before I started, getting serious about making videos for the channel. I have 2 videos on here. There are 2 parts of this basically K-pop concert that was and it's still getting video views today. Like it used to get tremendous amount. I think it's over 45,000 views overall. This is a bit of an anomaly, and I'll be honest with you, I use this as a cheat in the early days to drive viewership, right? So we would get quite a lot of, like this one overall, since it was published, has gotten 200 subscribers. Now, I don't know how many of them didn't, drop their subscription, but it added nearly 200 subscribers. We got 6,000 watch time hours, 46,000 views. So it's really been a very strong performer on the channel. And I really did use it early on to drive watch time and subscriber count, right? Like even though if you look at the description in this video, it says don't subscribe because there's no K-pop related content other than this one. But as the bands, so it's a video from Momoland, which is a K-pop band from South Korea. As their popularity has slowly waned, the video watch time has slowly waned as well. But luckily, that was offset by my own videos for the channel, the coffee videos actually becoming the main driving force, and we can see that here if we go back to it. That it is. There was a time when it was the number 1 position. Now it's down here. I'm surprised it's still 7. We're starting to see something here, performance with some of the newer videos, which is great. Glad to see that. Last week's video, 147 views, has done. That's actually doing pretty darn well. Sometimes it takes a while for some of the videos to get to those kind of numbers. Let's go back to the dashboard and see what else do we want to look at. Channel analytics. Let's go to channel analytics. As you can see here, views overall for the last 28 days. Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. 28 days. So, fairly consistent, which is a good thing. Here we can see our last 48 hours. Okay, good. But let's go into the content. So our impressions so we got 1,300 views. So that's, wow, 906 more than usual. Wow. So we're definitely getting more views. That's very encouraging. I mean, 906 versus 1,300. I mean, I'm going to have to look at that calculation. 906 divided by 1,300. I mean, we're talking a 70% increase in views over the last 28 days. That seems to be quite surprising. That's great. That's great. Now, impressions wise, we're down 28%. Okay, I guess that's better. We're at 2.8% click rate. I guess that's pretty good. Average view duration of 7 minutes, 24 seconds. That's pretty solid, especially most of the videos on the channel are not necessarily 8 minutes long. And then how viewers find our live streams: overall browse features, 44.8%, YouTube search, 15, external drivers, 10.4%. These are some of our top live streams now, 98 views. That's great. The Next Level Pulsar. So we did a week long series of live streams on the Next Level Pulsar, which is a type of brewer. That seems to be getting good, good playback. Some of the other ones longer. The last 28 days, 52 views on the Champions Geisha. That's nice. That was a little while ago, maybe a week or so. How about our audience? Let's have a look at our audience. Returning viewers, 696. Oh, goodness. Which is, I think that's a solid thing. We want to have a lot of returning viewers. New viewers are still eclipsing, so that's good. It's good that we're driving more new viewers are coming to check out the channel. Hopefully they're liking the content and will stay. Unique viewers, 4,600, and then subscribers, about 41. Okay. And then we can look down here. What are the videos that are growing the audience? The AeroPress unboxing. These are low return. I don't really understand this part here. I'm still trying to figure that out. And then also another thing to look at is channels your audience watches. What do the people that watch your channel, what do they like to watch? They like to watch Lance Hedrick, The Reels Prometheus, Brian Kwan, Kyle Roswell, Daddy Got Coffee, all coffee YouTubers. Lifestyle Lab. I'm not familiar with Lifestyle Lab. Aramse. It's Chris. So a lot of people that watch my videos are watching other coffee reviewers. Again, which is part of the reason why I'm not a big into reviews. I guess I should probably do more AeroPress videos. And then this tells us when viewers are on YouTube. So when are good times to release videos. So you can see the darkest of purple. Sundays at 10 a.m. Wednesdays at 11. Fridays at 11. Saturdays from 9 to 12. So those are the best times. So really, I like to release our mainline videos at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. So my thinking is that if we release at 9, if most people are on at, most of our viewers are on at 10, 11, 12, this will give them the best opportunity. This will give the video the best opportunity to be exposed to those people that watch our videos the most. And here's something from TubeBuddy. I use TubeBuddy, the free version. This just kind of says, what's a good time to do things like, let's say, weekly, Saturday, if you want to upload. We upload at 9 on Saturdays. And then daily, here's a daily thing, 10, 10, 12, 10, 11, 11, 10. It also gives you ideas on ideal times for live streaming. Now, we're doing 10 a.m. live streams, which is probably a little bit earlier. And maybe we'll see that. If we look at the live stream numbers, like today's live stream 5. And so let's go back and see that. So let's say like today's live stream was at 5. We had 5 people watching during the live stream itself. If we look now, the live stream started at 10 a.m. It's now 11:06. We've already had 3 additional people watch some part of that in the last half an hour. So that's good. So we see here that, we're getting more people watch later. 30, 35, 13, 46, 79, 30, 40, 97, 50. Now, without a doubt, these are very small numbers. When you compare it to a lot of the other creators that you may be watching, you're like, well, these are really small numbers. But, this is, if you're a newer creator, this is where you begin. This is kind of like, some people talk about how you don't want to have viral videos, right? Like viral videos is something everybody wants. Like you want to have a video just takes off and goes crazy. But the problem with the viral video is that it gives a different kind of pressure. Like you get a video that suddenly does 500,000 views, 1 million views, and now you feel the pressure that you have to, how do you recreate that? How do you recreate that to create a stream? So one of the more famous YouTubers, Marquez Brownlee, he's always been famous as saying that he's never had a viral video. He's always built slowly, and none of the videos went viral. Now, of course, he went slowly, built it slowly, always made videos, and it has grown into an amazing channel that has amazing revenue with incredible resources. But he built that slowly. And so that's kind of, if you're a new YouTuber, that's really where you need to be thinking about it, that it's about slow growth, slowly building, learning. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, if we look at these videos, right? Or let's just go to the channel itself. Right. This is the channel as anyone would see it. And like this is the most recent video about the coffee shop Gallant. Now, if I scroll back here to this is all now a year ago. These videos were shot a year ago from now. When these all came out, I really love these videos. I thought we did a great job with them. I thought that they were really as best as we could be doing them. But now, compared to these, like, they're not as good. They're just not as good. I was watching some of them the other day, and I was like, that could be a lot better. I should maybe redo it. This is part. Let's stay and move forward. We're moving forward. We're always making more videos. We got plenty of videos to make, so there's no real reason to worry about that. But let's go back to our analytics and just see what we need to see here to help you understand. If you have any questions about any of this, comments, drop them in the comments below. Happy to address those and discuss for better knowledge. Really, it's about trying to help myself as well as you, the newer creator, the small creator, to help understand what are we looking at? Like, what do we need to do? Like, the question that we always have, a lot of people have, like, let's look at CTR, right? Click-through rate, 2.8%. What is the ideal CTR? Like, what do we need to look at? What is a good number? 4.8%, 2.8%? These are still questions that I have that I'm not even sure about. Let's see, what else do we need to do? Concurrent viewers, okay, we've seen that. Let's go to revenue, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. Revenue over the last 28 days, $14. And let's compare that to the rest of, so here in the total of October, $15.60, which is down from September of $16.57, which is up from August and July, which was $12 respectively. We're on par for about June. We're all lower than May. May did very well. And I think a lot of May did very well because we had a lot of gear reviews, or like gear videos from the SCA conference. Now these are all, small numbers. I mean, there's no way to get around that. But as you can see here, over the last 365 days, it has been growing, right? Slowly growing. We had $7 in March, January, this is not in a, it's not necessarily in order, but revenue has been growing. That's the important part of it. Why is it not showing us? Okay, there we go. This is more in line. November, December, January. So you can see the progression in estimated revenue. And then watch page ads, monetized clickback, CPM. And so we can play our CPM. So pretty solid, 733 overall. That's a pretty good CPM. YouTube Premium, transaction. I don't understand all of these yet, so we still got to work on that. How about revenue source? Watch page ads is our majority of it. Get a little bit from YouTube Premium. I mean, as you can see here, the total for the last year, actually, let's do total for the lifetime of the channel, 195.35. So that's really a small amount. I mean, that's a small amount of money. There's no way to really There's no way to really, you know, it's not you're we're not making we're not making a living off of that yet. But let's look here. So let me look here, show you the lifetime revenue. This is views. Where's revenue? Oh, yeah, here we go. Estimated revenue. So this channel monetized on August 8th, 2022. So it's been just over a year. And August, oh, here it is. August. Wow, really? I didn't realize that we made $18.52 in August of 2022. Huh. But I remember the first day that it monetized, and like it was only I got a screen capture somewhere, but it's only like a couple cents. But I remember being tremendously excited that the channel had monetized and that we'd received some small amount of cash. Now, to be honest with you, like if you look here, I have not actually cashed in the money. This 195.35, that's still actually in the bank at YouTube. I decided that, when you're looking at these kind of numbers, right? So I'll also show you. So I also do Amazon Associates for some of the links in the description. And as you can see here, this is kind of the transaction for the last, for the past year. And, we're talking $16, $14, $12, $13. And these are all disbursements that have been made by Amazon to me. But to be honest with you, $16 dropping into your bank account, that's not to discount it, right? But if $16 drops in there, it's not a tremendous amount of money, right? It's not like honestly, I don't really even notice that it's there, right? It's easy to spend it. It's easy to like blow through it because relatively speaking, it's a small amount of money in your account. And like, it's great to have it. Don't get me wrong. But, so with YouTube, once you get your monetization, you're supposed to set up your accounts and set up a bank account with them for them to transfer money to you on a relatively monthly basis, right? But we're not even at $200 yet. And so I've kind of decided that I'm going to wait till we get to maybe closer to $1,000 before I finish setting all that up. Because then, for me, it's like, I'm not using the money to live. So, I mean, I have a regular job, and I figure I'm going to wait till it gets to a nice sizable amount, maybe $1,000. And then I'm going to turn it in so that when I get the money, I can actually spend it on something worthwhile, something that I can really use. Like if I take the $16, maybe I'll buy I don't know, lens tissue, right? But if I wait for the 1,000 to come, maybe I can buy a lens or something else that will really help, the channel out more. All right. So those are some of the things that I'm thinking about as far as the channel, how some of the things that we're looking at. So let's look at our audience. Oh, did we look at our audience? Yeah, we looked at our audience. Okay. How about did we look at our audience as far as, oh yeah, let's look here. Let's finish with our audience here. So as we can see, top geographies, we can see that most of the people that are watching my videos come from the United States, 28.4%. These never add up. There's 28.4%, and then everything else is really, really tiny across the world. So maybe one or two people in different parts of the world are watching. I wish they would give a little bit more, but at least it tells us that, okay, United States is our biggest market. Hong Kong, Canada, Philippines, these are all English-speaking territories. So those are, keeping videos in English is positive. I would like to explore doing other languages, but I don't know if I necessarily have those resources available to me. Let's see here. Subscriber bell notifications. Subscribers who turn on all notifications, 10.2%. So that could be better, hopefully. Subscribers who turn on all notifications for your channel and enabled YouTube notifications, 4.8% of those. Then watch time from subscribers. We're still, 6.8% is not subscribed, but subscribers are 33.2. I think that's based on what I see from other creators that talk about their subscriber watches on their videos. I think 33.2% is very good. it seems that a lot more creators have only like 85% or more or less that are not of non-subscribers, so 90 plus non-subscriber percentage. Now, one thing I would like to change is the age and gender, male, 100% male, so very few or no women are watching. That's does it have to be a sausage party all the time? What do we want from women? Like I can't, of course, I can't do makeup tutorials. That would be not within my realm. But it'd be nice if more women watched. As you can see here, are most of our watchers are nearly 60% of our viewers are in the 25 to 34-year category, which is really, for me, I'm very pleased because I'm no longer in that age range, right? I'm a little bit older. So, majority of our viewers are 25 to 44 years old, and only 6.3% are within my age bracket. So I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad that hopefully that means that I'm making content that is, you know, maybe more youthful than my own age. And then no subtitles, 86.4%, English in 8.7%. So we are seeing some Russian, French, Spanish auto translations. They're very small percentages. So these are the number of views. So Spanish 11, French 11, Japanese 10, English 7. So there could be some room for translations. And I wonder if we were to do some translations, let's say like in a language, let's say Chinese, would that result in greater viewership from those markets? That's something that I think as creators we should think about. YouTube does have this feature where it will translate into other languages. I don't know if that's active on my channel. That's something I really haven't been able to figure out. And then, here's something that's interesting that I think that as a creator you should be looking at is formats your viewers watch on YouTube. So everybody watches the videos, everybody watches the shorts. Most people watch the lives. So lives are probably the least popular. Shorts everybody's watching. I don't release too many shorts. Shorts are very few and far between. I'm not really a fan of shorts. I like the idea of like condensing things down into really small time, but I don't know if it really builds the community. Like I'm interested in community building with the audience, with the people. And I don't think shorts does that. Shorts can help drive views. It will help drive maybe subscribers, but if your subscribers aren't really engaged, like a lot of people will talk about how shorts viewers will subscribe as a form of liking your video, right? But they're not necessarily going to watch and engage. So you could end up with a lot of subscribers from shorts, but not necessarily people that are watching your long form videos. And really long form is where, if you're thinking about doing YouTube as some kind of revenue stream as a career, you want to be a little bit more on the long side, long format of things, because that's really where you're getting your driving force of your revenue. Where shorts, you really have to have explosive viral growth with your shorts, and then it tends to be a very sharp kind of kind of peak where you get a lot of views, you get millions of views, hopefully, and then it drops off because the shorts algorithm stops feeding it to everyone. So I don't know, that's something that I'm not really a big fan of. What else do we need to look at here? We've covered that content. We've covered our content. Yeah, top live streams. We've seen that. Browse features, how viewers find the live streams. Okay, great. Oh, shorts. We should look at our shorts. How many choose to view? 70% viewed, 30% swiped away. Again, I'm not really a big shorts person, so I don't really pay that close attention to it. Our live streams, we've seen that. Our posts, here's something that you might want to consider if you're running a channel, is that you've got the community tab. And the community tab is kind of like your Instagram, Twitter of YouTube. And I kind of use that off and on. I'm trying to use it more to get a better feel from the audience about what they like, or just people in general, what they're looking for. Um, but our top posts, just by the likes, I don't know, 604 impressions, 22% more than the previous years. But as you can see, like there's the one here, but like one on the 9th, one on the 13th. I guess I made one on October 16th, October 17th, 82, 93. Oh, 93. Those are, I wonder what that one was. Huh. I don't know. But I want to work on that. But these are just some of the things to think about, for you as you're considering your own channel. And I thought that it was important to come on and share these things, because I think that if we can have a better dialogue amongst creators, especially smaller creators that are not tremendously large, and I'm definitely not tremendously large in the YouTube sphere, I think that just helps everyone to grow and to learn. And so that's kind of why I brought all this on today. And I think what we're going to do is every month I'll try to come back on with another live stream talking about the different aspects of this channel, how it's performing. Hopefully we'll get to see differences in the performance over the months as the succeeding months, and we see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoy this, let me know. Love to hear from you. If you're interested in coffee, that's really what I do. I do that on a place called the Ono Coffee channel right here. So look it up on YouTube, Ono Coffee. There's a link in the description as well. And it's all about coffee, different coffee reviews, visits to different coffee shops around the world, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, a little bit in Africa. Have we done Africa? I've shot in Africa. Oh, we did have a little bit from Africa, Asia, especially Latin America. We're going to be doing more of that, doing more farm visits coming up in this coming year. So a lot more to come in the coffee sphere. But all right, well, thank you very much for tuning in. I know it's been a little bit of a long and somewhat meandering live stream, but hopefully it helps. If it does, give it a like and let me know your thoughts. I'm interested to hear what you think about the channel, the performance, the numbers you see, things that you don't understand, things you'd like to understand, or criticisms that you may have. I'm happy to hear all of that. All right, so thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you being here with me for this bit of time, and see you next time.